Hi, this is Yoshi. Today I want to repot this one. This is Oncidium Sunset, Rosy Sunset F. I don't know if you can see the tag close enough. So this one is potted in sphagnum moss, and it's been a while. It's so vigorous, and then give me the spike like 3 times since I got it. So I let it sit until whole bloom was done, and now it's done. Now this one is super vigorous. While it's doing this, had this one, new one. There's 2 in there you can't see. It's like a 3 new growth while it's in bloom also. And now finally it's done. It's time to repot. So what do I do with this flower? I simply cut them from the base. Above the node is preferred, but I don't see any node. In any case, just cut them from the bottom. That's pretty much safe thing to say, I guess. This one is a very pretty brown and pink flower, and smell like a chocolate. A cherry baby like kind of fragrance. And it's easy to soak it in the water like this beforehand because the moss will break down easily. So, and actually I would even, let's unput this first. I would even leave it in the water because the moss will just stay in the water. Yeah, I knew this. It's pretty much pot bonded. I don't know if any of the roots are good, but yeah, there's a new growth here. This is a new growth, and yeah, there's a new growth right here. Very vigorous. It came almost already pot bounded, and I knew I needed to repot, but just wanted to enjoy the bloom. So what I'm doing is basically massaging it, so it will give it to loosen up the roots. See, it's coming off a little bit. And then later on, I'm gonna open up from the bottom and try to get the moss out. Like I can already pick out some. It's gonna take some time. Oncidium's types are like that. Vigorous root producers especially. It's gonna take some time, but they produce roots quite a bit, so I'm not too worried about losing roots. But of course, if you can save them, that will be the best thing to do. So yeah, it's kind of coming loose right now, and I see a good roots like white ones right here. Trying not to lose those, so just like that. And I'm going to do this off camera, that way I won't bore you. Okay, so the root system ate the sphagnum moss completely, and I couldn't separate them all together. I mean, it comes off little by little, but it's gonna take hours and hours and hours if I do so. So I'll just call it a day. It's gonna be okay. What I want to do here is wonder if it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too, I think it's on plant, but kind of trying to get rid of those desiccated leaves and stuff. Sometimes it gets moldy, so I'm do that really quick, trim it. And also hydrogen peroxide. They tend to get lots of, or I should say, most of the time comes with snails, slugs, whatnot. I was repotting cattleyas today and I found like 4. So it was a good thing that I did this. And I'm gonna leave it alone for a while and wait for it to work, and then I'll get back. Okay, so I want to talk about my medium a little bit. This is a small bark perlite and a little bit of a sphagnum moss, not too much though. I am kind of testing out in the medium because it's gonna be in the greenhouse. Greenhouse is new to me, so I'm thinking it's gonna take it's gonna be a lot of humidity. So far it is, so I wanna less sphagnum moss than I usually would, like I used to when I lived in the apartment. Now here is a soup cup, and then I used a soldering iron and made a hole, mainly half to the bottom though, because top layers usually dry out fine, and of course drainage in the bottom. And then what I want to do is this is a 2-inch plug pot, mesh pot. I want to do this so there's an aeration inside. I might not need it, but it's kind of new thing to me nowadays. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put this here first. I think it's going to be a little too much sphagnum moss, to be honest. And then, yeah, not too much space, is it? Maybe I should get a bigger one. Should I change my plan? Because it doesn't have much space, so you have to think about the space too. I thought it's gonna have enough space, but maybe not. I'm gonna come up with I'm gonna look for bigger pots, and I'll be right back. Okay, so don't laugh, but the only container I found big enough was a Cool Whip container, so I did the same thing. With the soldering iron, I made a hole on the side too. So I would like it to be a little deeper than this, but this has to do. I can use this for something else later, Anyways. So usually the middle parts, roots are no good. I would cut it, but I cannot tell. There are some new roots I saw, so I don't want to mix it up. So this is gonna be like that this time. And then just put it up from the side. So the medium is totally up to you. If you wanna water every single day and your climate is somewhat warm, then maybe you can use a medium to large bark and water every day if it dries out every day. Oncidium types usually likes more moisture than cattleyas and whatnot, so I don't recommend that, but you can. I actually have one Oncidium type in a large bark. It came with it and it's doing fine, so I didn't bother to change it. But yeah, I have to water more often than others, that's for sure. And this one, I'm sure it's nothing, but I'm gonna just cut it away. This one too. What it is it might just sunburned because it was outside for the first time, and I burned a lot of orchid leaves this year. They grew really well though in the end, but I still have to admit I burnt a lot of leaves. Literally, this orchid have a new growth from everywhere. Crazy. But yeah, not too deep. Try not to hide the entire pseudobulb, or you know, like you see the roots. That's where you see the roots here. That's where I stop potting, and I feel better about this because I know that there's an air con inside. It's a Roger's idea. I'm just doing it my way without buying a new pots. But yeah, if my wife sees this, she's gonna be so mad. But oh well, what to do? Improvise. So yeah, that's it. You can water if you want to. I am watering it so that the medium will kind of settle. Watering will do that, so I would actually water this. But yeah, that's it, and it's gonna go to medium high, not high, but medium high light spot. No direct sunlight. This is what happens when you have too much light. But yeah, very vigorous, like I said. Takes a somewhat good level of fertilizer, and they don't really have a season. When it matures, it shoots out. I think the suitable matures maybe 9 months or so. So and sometimes some types, no, I don't think this one is, but some type of Oncidiums shoots out spike in the middle of growing. So I cannot ever tell which ones would do that. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a good day. Bye.